Good morning, children. In the previous class, in this chapter, tracing changes through thousand years, we have studied how new religions were promoted, new religions were flourished, and new kingdoms and regions also were established. Today, we are going to discuss about all the new religions, what changes took place through these thousand years. There were many new religions coming up at the same time. In the existing religions, so some major developments also took place. So in the religious tradition, so what were the new developments took place? Mostly we will observe here the people's belief in divine or God, sometimes deeply it was personal, which means they mostly adopted one single god or deity for worshipping. Okay, and they worshipped it deeply, very personally to this single god. We know a religion also, it's a supernatural agency in believing, the collective belief, okay, where the people go and worshipping in such worshipping places like temples. Okay, the people all gather together in some cases in the worshipping places or temples in order to celebrate festivals or worshipping, etc. So it was during this period that many changes took place, which was in a major religion which we call today as Hinduism. It was a major religion existed here in our country, and many changes taking place here. So during this period, they started worshipping the new deities also. Other than the existing god, new gods were also. And same period we can find out the importance of Brahmanas. Okay, these people were considered as priests in the temples. They became a dominant groups in the society. So Brahmanas gained importance and they were growing into importance in the society. So their knowledge, why these people were made important, because their knowledge of Sanskrit texts, how to read and explain the text, only these people had the right to learn. Only Brahmanas had right to learn Sanskrit. So this knowledge or their efficiency in learning or learning Sanskrit or reading these texts or explaining and to understand, only the Brahmins knew. This gave them importance in the society. So their dominant position, they became the most superior, most caste or group in the society, so that their position was consolidated by the support of the patrons, new rulers searching for prestige. So we know that during this period many new kingdoms came up, new rulers, okay, they also supported these Brahmanas, because these kings wanted to become popular by constructing some worshipping places or temples, particular gods, for particular gods. So they gave importance to Brahmanas also, and they became the supporters or protectors of Brahmanas. One of the major developments of this period was the emergence of the idea of bhakti. Bhakti means devotion to God, not the mere devotion, very deep devotion to God, which is known as bhakti. So this bhakti movement or bhakti's the devotion to God was very important idea emerged during this period. So here, what is bhakti or the devotion? We can say in English devotion, but deeply when we are worshipping God, and a deep belief in any one God. That can be one God or many gods also. Okay, so especially we have studied there were many personal deities. Okay, during this period many personal deities also emerged. So this was one of the period when new religions also appeared. mostly in the Indian subcontinent. We know Hinduism was the religion existing in our country, but many new religions also came up. How these religions have started established in our countries, merchants or migrants who were coming to India. We know that we had trade relations with the Western countries or West Asian countries. Okay. So that these migrants are coming to India, or traders or merchants are coming to India, and they mainly believed in Islam. Their holy book was known as Quran. Okay, so here from there, the Quran gives the important aims of single God also. Okay, the sovereignty of one God, which is Allah, the importance of one God. The Islam believes in single God only, that is all powerful Allah. So this concept also influenced the Indian society or the Hindu religion also. So we know that in Hinduism there are many gods, many thousands of gods are there. People worship different gods. But in Islam they believe in only one God. This concept of the worshipping of single God also emerged in Hinduism. So Islam also promotes social equality. There is no difference between different castes or different category of people. We know in Hinduism many castes and subcastes exist. There are also different positions of these castes. Brahmanas believed to be the upper caste, then Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, etc. These are the different castes. But in Islam, there is no such kind of different classification based on the social background or economic position of any person. So many rulers were also patrons of Islam. We know that when the Muslims rulers started ruling our country, they began to promote Islam. Also their ulama means the learned theologians, means who the people are well expert in their religion. Okay, so religious teaching or religions, they are called the theologians. Many jurists also were there. They can verdict judgment, who are excellent in verdicting the judgment. So these people also were supported by the rulers, especially we can say the Delhi Sultans and Mughal rulers. They were the Muslim rulers existing in our country. So here there were also Shia Muslims who believed in the Prophet Muhammad's son Ali. Muhammad's son-in-law Ali was their leader. Okay, so here in Islam also there were two sects existing in India. In India, the Shia Muslims, they considered Ali was their legitimate or the important leader. Okay, so he was his importance. We know that Ali, who was Ali? Ali was the Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law. So they gave importance to Ali, the Shia Muslims. At the same time, there were also Sunni Muslims, and their subdivisions also existed. So some people believed that Muslims, they accepted the authority of their caliphs. They are called the Sunni Muslims. Caliphs are their leaders. Caliphs were the leaders or their of Muslim community. Okay, so the Sunni Muslims in India believed that not only in India, all over the world, believed that their leader is Khalifa. That means the superior head of their religions. Okay, in India we know that there were some other different sects or the different groups also. The school of law, which is called the Hanafi and Shafi, are the two sects or the schools of law in the Islam. So that also existed in our country. They especially followed the theology and mystic traditions, mysterious or strange traditions followed in our country. Okay, so these are the ways or major developments took place in major religions or different religions in India. Okay, in the coming class we will study about how the historical periods were defined by the historians.